Some vehicles are designed to turn heads, others are created for something far more serious. The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser LC400 TRD Pickup belongs to a rare category where endurance comes first. In this video, we'll break down its design philosophy and examine the engineering choices most manufacturers avoid. Toyota designed this machine to outlast its owners, focusing on survival in the world's most demanding environments. Ultimately, we'll answer an important question. Is this actually the truck you should buy? Stay tuned as we explore a truck that is quietly redefining what long-term durability really means. That's why the priorities are different. These buyers aren't focused on how quickly a truck can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour. What matters to them is something far more meaningful: how reliably a truck can travel hundreds of thousands of miles without becoming a constant maintenance problem. And that difference in priorities becomes obvious the moment you look at the LC400 TRD's stance. The truck sits wide and firmly planted on the road, projecting stability rather than theatrical aggression. The front track has been pushed outward to improve balance and control, giving the vehicle a confident posture. Large flared fenders cover rugged 33-inch all-terrain tires mounted on 18-inch forged TRD wheels. These wheels aren't just chosen for appearance. Forged construction improves strength while reducing the chance of structural failure under heavy loads and harsh terrain. At the front, the design is simple and purposeful. A wide trapezoidal grille dominates the fascia, incorporating active shutters that improve aerodynamic efficiency. Modern LED headlights feature Toyota's distinctive daytime running light signature, but the lighting system is more about functionality than visual drama. Nothing here feels decorative. Every surface and component has been shaped with practicality in mind. This isn't a truck trying to shout for attention. Instead, it looks like a machine built to work day after day in environments where reliability becomes the most valuable feature a vehicle can have. And that philosophy becomes even clearer when you start noticing the small decisions Toyota made during development. One detail reveals exactly where their priorities were focused. The hood of the LC400 TRD Pickup is made from steel instead of aluminum. At first glance, that might sound like a step backward. In recent years, many manufacturers have moved aggressively toward aluminum panels in order to reduce vehicle weight and improve fuel efficiency. On paper, that strategy makes sense. Aluminum is lighter, which can improve performance and help meet stricter emissions targets. But Toyota approached the problem from a different angle. In remote environments, materials aren't judged only by how light they are. They're judged by how easily they can be repaired when something goes wrong. Steel may weigh slightly more, but it has a critical advantage. It can often be repaired in the field using basic tools. Aluminum, on the other hand, typically requires specialized equipment and replacement parts that may not be available far from major cities. For drivers who operate hundreds of miles away from the nearest service center, that difference can determine whether a workday continues or stops completely. As you move along the side of the truck, the functional design continues to reveal itself. This isn't a vehicle built around appearance packages. The hardware you see serves a clear purpose. The Toyota LC400 TRD is built for extreme environments, starting with heavy-duty skid plates that protect the fuel tank and drivetrain components from rocky terrain. It features Fox internal bypass shocks for stability and an adaptive suspension that increases ground clearance up to 13.4 inches. Functional design continues at the rear with an integrated LED light bar and recovery points engineered for serious recovery stress. The understated Land Cruiser badge carries decades of global credibility, known for operating long after other machines have given up. Beneath the body sits a fully boxed ladder frame designed to distribute forces evenly and resist deformation in the most twisting terrain. Tested in global environmental extremes, the LC400 TRD is fundamentally built to endure. Engineering a legend, one detail at a time. The truck bed also reflects that same practical approach. Instead of focusing on decorative materials or showroom aesthetics, Toyota uses a composite-lined bed designed to handle real cargo loads without excessive wear. Integrated tie-down points are built directly into the structure, allowing equipment, tools, and heavy materials to be secured properly during transport. For buyers who rely on their truck for work, this matters more than appearance. Loose cargo can shift dangerously under braking or when driving on uneven surfaces, so secure anchoring points are a necessity rather than an accessory. There's also a built-in 120-volt power outlet in the bed, allowing the truck to run job site equipment such as power tools, lighting systems, or charging devices. This simple feature turns the truck into a mobile workstation, especially useful in remote areas where electricity isn't readily available. The first is repairability over aggressive weight reduction. Many modern trucks rely heavily on aluminum panels and extremely thin materials in order to reduce weight and improve efficiency numbers. That strategy works well for marketing, but it often makes repairs more complicated and expensive. Toyota chose to use steel in key areas because steel panels can be repaired more easily and more affordably in remote locations. For long-term ownership, that simple decision can extend the vehicle's usable life far beyond what small efficiency gains would provide. The second decision involves something surprisingly simple: physical buttons. While much of the industry is rushing toward fully touchscreen-based interiors, Toyota kept physical controls for essential functions, like climate settings, drive modes, and differential locks. Touchscreens may look modern, but they can fail in extreme temperatures or become difficult to operate with gloves. Physical controls provide immediate, reliable feedback regardless of conditions. And the third decision is perhaps the most important of all. Toyota treats global durability testing as a core design requirement rather than an afterthought. That mindset shapes every part of the LC400 TRD, and it becomes even more obvious the moment you step inside the cabin. The moment you step inside the LC400 TRD pickup, it becomes clear that Toyota approached the interior with the same mindset that shaped the truck's exterior and chassis. Instead of trying to transform the cabin into a luxury lounge filled with decorative materials and attention-grabbing gimmicks, Toyota designed it to function like a command center, an environment built around control, clarity, and durability. The seats immediately reflect that philosophy. They are heavily bolstered to provide proper support during long hours behind the wheel, especially when the truck is moving across uneven terrain where constant body movement can quickly become exhausting. Rather than using delicate fabrics or overly soft materials, the seats are wrapped in a water-resistant synthetic surface with carefully placed leather accents. This combination offers durability while still maintaining a refined feel. Of course, modern comfort features are still present. The seats are both heated and ventilated, allowing the driver and passengers to remain comfortable in extreme weather conditions. But Toyota deliberately avoided adding unnecessary features like massage functions or overly complex adjustments. In this truck, comfort is measured by reliability and practicality rather than luxury theatrics. That same philosophy continues across the dashboard. At the center sits a 14-inch touchscreen that runs Toyota's latest infotainment software. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, allowing drivers to connect their smartphones seamlessly without dealing with cables. The system also includes cloud-based navigation, real-time vehicle diagnostics, and over-the-air software updates that keep the truck's digital systems current without requiring dealership visits. However, the most important detail isn't the screen itself, it's what sits around it. Unlike modern vehicles that bury controls in touchscreens, Toyota preserved physical buttons for the functions that matter most. In professional environments, these tactile controls are mission-critical, working regardless of temperature or stress. Directly in front of the driver is a 12.3-inch digital cluster designed for real utility, providing data like pitch and roll for difficult terrain. This cabin was built for operators who carry mission-critical gear, featuring deep pockets and a flat folding rear load surface. Even the natural mechanical sound is intentional, providing vital awareness about traction and load. Under the hood, a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 hybrid delivers 420 horsepower, proving that for the LC400 TRD, reliability always comes first. Those numbers are strong, but what really matters is how that power is delivered. It's a truck built for the mission. The engine is paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission that has been calibrated specifically for off-road and heavy load conditions. Instead of chasing aggressive acceleration figures, Toyota focused on providing controlled, predictable torque delivery across a wide range of driving environments. The transmission uses terrain-specific shift logic that adapts to different surfaces, particularly when operating in technical low-range four-wheel drive. The LC400 TRD is rated at approximately 20 miles per gallon combined, surprisingly efficient for a body-on-frame pickup with genuine off-road capability. While competitors rely on large V8s that prioritize peak power, Toyota chose a hybrid twin-turbo V6 for a better balance of efficiency and durability. Starting around $68,000, the LC400 TRD is priced competitively, offering premium equipment without the extreme price tags of some performance rivals. The real value lies in predictability and long-term uptime, backed by a global parts network that ensures your investment stays on the road for years to come. And perhaps most importantly, resale value for Land Cruiser vehicles has historically remained exceptionally strong. Over a 10-year period, many Land Cruiser models retain around 60% of their original value. That level of resale performance is rare in the truck market, particularly when compared to high-performance trucks that tend to depreciate much more quickly once they accumulate mileage. The reason behind that resale strength is simple. The market believes these vehicles will keep going, and that belief has been reinforced for decades by Land Cruiser owners who regularly report extremely high mileage without catastrophic mechanical failure. But to fully understand the ownership picture, we still need to look at the remaining factors that shape long-term operation. Those remaining factors come down to the real costs of keeping the truck running year after year. While the LC400 TRD isn't the cheapest pickup to operate, its long-term ownership profile is one of the most predictable in the segment. Annual maintenance for a truck like this typically falls somewhere between $800 and $1,500, depending on usage and driving conditions. That range includes routine servicing such as fluid changes, inspections, filters, and general wear components. Compared with many high-performance trucks that demand frequent and expensive service intervals, those numbers remain relatively controlled. Insurance costs also remain within a manageable range for a vehicle in this price category. Depending on location, coverage level, and driver profile, most owners can expect insurance premiums to fall between $1,800 and $2,800 per year. Fuel costs are another consideration, especially for a body-on-frame truck with full-time four-wheel drive. With an average driving distance of around 15,000 miles per year, fuel expenses typically land between roughly $2,800 and $3,200 at current fuel prices. Taken individually, none of these costs make the LC400 TRD the most affordable truck on the market. But what sets it apart is consistency. Owners know roughly what to expect year after year, without sudden spikes in repair bills or unpredictable mechanical issues. For buyers who depend on their vehicle for work, exploration, or long-distance travel, that level of predictability becomes extremely valuable. Downtime can cost far more than fuel or maintenance ever will. And that brings us back to the original idea behind this truck. The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser LC400 TRD Pickup wasn't engineered to chase trends or dominate marketing headlines. It was built to keep working when conditions are harsh, distances are long, and reliability matters more than anything else.